Hey there, Shellie Peters with LPT Realty. Wanted to talk about the three types of property values today, super briefly. A lot of people get confused between assessed value, market value, and appraised value. So I put together this super brief illustration showing how the assessed value is typically the lower of the three. You want this to be low because that's what your property taxes are based upon. The taxes, when they calculate those, no one's walking inside of your house typically unless you request that. You want that number to be lower. But that means that they're also not going to see any improvements that you've made unless you filed a permit, which of course not all projects are requiring a permit to be done. And so again, that assessed value is purely for tax purposes. That is typically the lowest of these types of property values. But when you go to buy or sell a house, the market value, as with anything, like whether you're buying a watch or a car, it's simply the amount of money that a person will pay for that item on that given day, right? So during a really competitive period of time, if everybody loves your house and you're getting a lot of offers, that number might get driven up, 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 up. But ultimately, a lender is not going to lend you money that exceeds the appraised value. So even if you've got a $200,000 house that you've got someone who's walked in and said, I'm going to pay you $1 million for it. That sounds great and all, but the bank is not going to give them $1 million to buy a $200,000 house. So once you're under contract and you've passed your inspection period and other contingencies, the bank is going to send an appraiser, an unbiased appraiser, in to actually walk through your house. And you are hoping, if you're the buyer or the seller for that matter, that that appraised value is at least as much as or more than the purchase price. If it happens to be below the market value, then guess what? We get back into negotiations and that seller needs to remediate and bring that purchase price down to the appraised value so that the market value matches the appraised value. So anyway, lots of nuances, always exceptions to the rules, but in general, these are the three types of values for a property. The assessed value, that's for tax purposes. You want that to be the lower number. The market value is just what anybody's going to pay on any given day, but the appraised value is what's really going to seal the deal when you are buying or selling a house.